Level 1. The broken home. Your parents' divorce is a mess. You can hear everything. The shouting, the crying, plates being thrown. You're 7 years old when you leave with your mother in the middle of the night. She grabs you and almost nothing else. Only one bag and the clothes you're already wearing. The door slams behind you, and it does not open again. You grow up living with your grandma in a rough part of town. You learn early that the adults around you can't be relied upon. You can only rely on yourself. You find a library 3 blocks away. You go every Saturday. You read about CEOs, about businessmen, about people who started with nothing and made it. You read because it's the only place you feel that the future is a real thing. This is the only place where you can find peace. This is where your path to wealth begins. Level 2. The obsession begins. You're 12 years old. You've not been invited to a single birthday party this year. You spend the entire year alone, working day and night. You've taught yourself how to code from a library book. You're building small programs in your bedroom on a computer your mother got secondhand. You write a basic video game, and you sell it to a local studio for $5,000. You stare at the check for a long time. Your mother has never seen so much money in her life. Your classmates, though, they think you're strange. You get bullied so badly that your parents have to move you to a different school. But you don't care about fitting in. You care about wealth. You open up the computer and get back to work. Level 3. The failure. You are 17 now. You managed to get into a very good university on a scholarship. Your mother cries at the kitchen table when the letter arrives. Your grandmother frames it and hangs it on the wall. But university feels wrong, almost immediately. It's too slow, too theoretical, too disconnected from the ambition burning in your chest. You last 1 month before you walk into your professor's office. You walk in, you shake his hand, and you drop out. You call your mother from a payphone. She cries, but you don't. You're destined for bigger things. This is just the beginning. Level 4. The businessman. You are 18. You have $1,000, a secondhand computer, and a folding table in a rented garage. You and your best friend are working 18-hour days, building a business you genuinely believe will change your life. You have one PC between you. While one works, the other sleeps on the couch. You swap every few hours, and you're eating instant noodles for the 4th consecutive week. You are both extremely worried. The product is ready, but you have no sales. Your savings hit $300 on a Wednesday, and you sit on the garage floor and look at the wall for a while. Failure is close, but you can't give up. Not yet. The only option you have is to get back to work. The first orders come in on a Friday evening. 11 of them. Finally. It is finally happening. Level 5. The rocket with no brakes. The growth is violent. You go from 2 people in a garage to 200 employees in 14 months. Your online shop explodes. The orders start coming in by the millions. You start selling shoes, clothing, and even merchandise. You're hiring designers, fighting lawsuits from billion-dollar competitors, and dealing with people trying to scam you at every level of the operation. And you're just 21 years old. Heck, you haven't slept a full night in about 6 months. Unfortunately, 2 of your best engineers got poached by a competitor on the same Thursday morning. You found out by email. You throw your laptop across the room. It hits the wall, the screen cracks, and you stand there just breathing for about 10 seconds. Then you post both roles online, call your head of recruiting, and get back to work. Level 6. The exile. This is the worst day of your life. Your co-founder is the person who slept on the air mattress next to yours. The person who ate the same vending machine dinners. The person who called you at night when the servers crashed. He was the only one who believed in you. This all just makes you feel worse. He goes to the board behind your back. He wants a different direction, a safer one. He's been telling them you're too risky, that the company needs steadier hands. Then the entire board goes against you. You're out. You're paid $10 million for your stock, and you're fired from the company you built. You drive home, and you sit in your car in the driveway. But you're not crying. Heck, you're not even angry. You're already thinking about what you're going to be building next. Level 7. The bankruptcy. You start a new company. You have majority control written into every document. No co-founders with equal standing. That lesson cost you millions. You hire a large team when you don't even have a product and get to work. The first new company fails in 7 months. It's an online webpage with clean products, but it had the wrong timing. You burn $2 million in 3 months. You start a social media company, and it doesn't even get 100 users. Your bank account gets smaller every morning. You have only one last shot at starting a business. You go all in on your last idea, starting an e-commerce platform. The idea is almost embarrassingly simple. An online store. Not infrastructure this time. The store itself. A single destination that sells everything. Everyone you describe it to says it's been done. You tell them it hasn't been done right. You're betting everything. The last of your money. It's either success or bankruptcy. Level 8. The first billion. Your success is ruthless. Within 18 months, you're doing $50 million in annual revenue. Within 3 years, you're doing $500 million. You price below cost and absorb the losses. This decision wipes out all your competition. Nobody can keep up. You build your own logistics network because depending on others means depending on their decisions, their delays, and their problems. You move into cloud services because every other company needs the infrastructure, and you are going to be the one who provides it. Analysts write pieces about how you're risking too much and spreading yourself too thin, but you know you will prove them wrong. Your company goes public on a Tuesday morning in March. You ring the bell on the trading floor, and within 6 hours, the stock has surged and your net worth crosses $20 billion. You're just 26 years old. A journalist asks you how it feels. You say you don't think about the number because you need more. You call your mother that night. You tell her you bought her a house. She thinks you're joking, but you're not. The keys arrive on Friday. She cries on the phone. You hang up and get back to work because trouble is looming on the horizon. Level 9. The divorce. The papers are on the kitchen table when you get home at midnight. You just lost $10 billion. Your wife divorced you. The public humiliation is almost worse than the financial cost. She writes about it. Social media takes sides, and your face is plastered across every news station around the world. Your marriage has been quietly dying for years. You were never really there, not emotionally, not physically. She stayed through the garage years, the near bankruptcies, the 3 a.m. calls, the dinners eaten alone. She stayed through all of it, but now that you've won, she's leaving. You are simultaneously one of the most talked about entrepreneurs on earth, and also a man eating alone in his own kitchen. You sign the papers on a Tuesday morning and give a product presentation the same afternoon. The loss doesn't stop the machine. The loss doesn't stop you. It's time to 10x your net worth. Level 10. The conglomerate. Your business is no longer a company. It is an empire. Your company is worth $1 trillion now, and your net worth has skyrocketed to $100 billion. You ruthlessly acquired 3 competitors for $60 billion, integrated their systems in 18 months. You coldly fired 12,000 people to eliminate redundancy. The press called you ruthless. You called it necessary. 40% of global e-commerce moves through your servers. Hospitals run on your cloud. Governments store classified infrastructure on your servers. There are entire industries that exist inside the ecosystem you built. Companies that could not function without you. People who have never heard your name, whose daily lives depend entirely on decisions you made in a garage at 18 years old. You're no longer competing in a market. You have become the market. Level 11. The moonshot. You announce it on a live stream watched by 11 million people. You are going to colonize Mars. You won't send a probe. You won't fund a study. You'll build a colony. Move human civilization to a second planet within your lifetime. The financial press calls you delusional. Late-night hosts mock you. Your own board privately thinks you've lost the plot. You've committed $10 billion of your own money to a project that has no guaranteed return. And you don't care. You sit through every objection. You've already thought of all of them at 3 a.m. in a more rigorous form than anyone else is capable of. You don't even bother to explain why you're doing it anyway. Everyone thinks you're crazy now, but they will be praising you soon enough. Time to prove the entire world wrong. Level 12. The collapse. For 4 years, the rocket program is a punchline. Explosions on launch pads, a test vehicle that plummets into the ocean. The press keeps a running count of your failures, your vanity project. $20 billion wasted on a hobby. You would have been better off burning the money to generate electricity. But the real nightmare starts on a Tuesday. The Department of Justice files antitrust charges. The EU opens 3 simultaneous investigations. Your stock crashes 47% in 1 week. You lose $92 billion in net worth in 5 days. That's more money than most people will see in 1,000 lifetimes. Gone in a week. Presidents are demanding your resignation. Your own board schedules an emergency vote. Anonymous executives leak to the Wall Street Journal that you're mentally unstable and a liability to shareholders. You've become the most hated person in America. Your lawyers tell you to settle, your PR team tells you to apologize, and your therapist tells you to take a break. You ignore all of them. You fight back with everything you have. You hire the best legal team money can buy. You go on television and defend yourself. You spend $8 billion on legal fees, settlements, and lobbying over 3 years. Congressional hearings, depositions, investigations. You survive all of it by a thread. The government blinks first. The charges are reduced. The fines are paid. You're still CEO. You're still in control. They took their shot and they missed. Now, it's your turn to take yours. Level 13, the comeback. 6 months after you almost lost everything, your rocket lands. Not crashes, not splashes down, lands upright on a drone ship in the Atlantic. Precisely where your computer said it would. The control room loses its mind. You're standing at the back with your arms folded. The people who said it was impossible are suddenly very quiet. Within a year, you're launching rockets every 2 weeks. NASA starts calling. The Air Force wants contracts. Your satellite network is blanketing the planet with internet access. 4 billion people can now get online because of you. Your stock doesn't just recover, it explodes. You cross $500 billion in net worth. You're the richest human who has ever lived. Not richest alive, richest in recorded history. You've surpassed Rockefeller, every emperor, and every king. You own the infrastructure of the modern world, a space program that has permanently changed what human beings believe is possible. 3 heads of state called you this month, not to congratulate you, to ask for favors. You don't gloat. You don't do a victory lap. You walk back to your desk and open the file for Phase 2. The world has to revise its opinion of you, but you already knew this was going to happen. Now, you just need to point to the next thing. Level 14, the God. You're 56. You're worth $1 trillion. You've won every game there is to win. You own pieces of every major industry. E-commerce, cloud computing, space exploration, artificial intelligence, and even renewable energy. You employ 2.8 million people across 6 continents. But you can't stop. You announce you're buying a developing nation's entire sovereign debt to restructure their economy. $40 billion, just because you can. You're building underground cities designed to survive nuclear war. Your board thinks you've lost your mind. Your doctors tell you your heart is failing from the stress. Your blood pressure is dangerously high, and you're sleeping only 3 hours a night. You should slow down. You should retire. But you always want to build one more thing, one more company, one more breakthrough. The hole inside you has never been filled. Not at 1 billion, not at 100 billion, certainly not at 1 trillion. The kid in the broken house wanted to matter, and you became the most important person in history. Governments collapse without your approval. Markets move when you speak. You have more power than most countries, and still, it is not enough. You're sitting in your office at 2 a.m. on a Thursday. Your chest hurts, but you can't ignore it like you usually do. All those years of neglect. Finally, they've caught up to you.